Well, hey there, guys and gals. We are painting the stripe tonight. And yeah, I have my mask down and it smells really good in here. I mean, my burgers are going to be like silver tomorrow. So I'm going to make this video kind of quick if I can. Try to stay a little bit away. Now, this is what I want to show you about silver. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it looks like there's pools of dark and pools of light. Don't worry about it. It's the way the paint lays, okay? And you probably can't tell, but I have a butt-ton of tape all over it. Apparently paint's cheap and paper is expensive. Doesn't matter. I wanted this thing taped up better than it was last time, apparently, because it did bleed through. Now, it isn't going to matter so much in this state than when it will whenever it's the actual paint state. I know this is paint. I'm just saying the black paint. I don't want the black paint bleeding into our stripe. Stripe. So that's why it's so hardcore of paint. And the reason why I'm doing it tonight, well, Ohio, your weather, what the frig, dude? We're seriously going from 73 degrees today to 54 tomorrow, I think. And then 40s the rest of the week. Until at least next Wednesday, whenever it's projected to be 44 for the high. As you can see in the shop, yep, it's foggy. That's why I have this thing not on, but it should be. I wanted to show you guys a few things on it real quick, like what to expect when you're spraying silver. I am actually allowing more time than what it takes to flash off. Tell you the truth, all right, for argument's sake, we're gonna call it 10:23. So I'm going to give it till 10:38, which is 15 minutes, give or take. Doesn't matter. If you allow it longer than 15 minutes, it really ain't going to hurt. You're going to allow them solvents to pop out. Then you won't have the crazing crap that happened last time. So that's what we're avoiding. We're avoiding the crazing. Now, this is a perfect example. Look at this. I hope you guys can see that. I don't know if I can pick it up on this camera or not. Believe it or not, yep, there it is. See that? I guarantee you, when this paint dries, that's not there. I know, sounds insane, doesn't it? It's the way that the paint is laying right now. Now, if it was last time, and I did have a few barley pops in me, I'd probably be trying to get that to go away. This is silver. This is a metallic paint. I was shaking the paint gun as I was going. I'm not worried about it. The next coat, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to shake the paint gun. We're going to go. Not a big deal. Don't worry about it. If you're painting a metallic paint and it does stuff like that, I promise you, I'm going to show you, it's going to come out perfectly fine. It will. Now, if you spray it on 2 different days, I can't guarantee that. Like, remember before where I had taped from here down? I cannot guarantee that paint would be the same as that paint. No way. You can't guarantee it. It's silver. I'm not sure if there's other colors that do that as well. If it's all metallics, I have no idea. Black is a real forgiving color. You guys know that. It'll cover like anything. If it's black, it's just going to cover it. Reds, I don't know. I don't really know because honestly, this is the second paint that I've ever painted. It's the only metallic I've ever painted. And I already messed it up one time. But it happens. That's how we're learning. And I'm not mad at myself. So, a lesson learned. It only cost me $60 in I don't know, 4 or 5 hours to sand it down, primer the whole hood, sand it again, and just learn from it. It doesn't matter. The important part is I didn't repeat the same steps expecting different results. That's insanity. So, oh man, you know what? I don't even have my hat on, do I? Do you guys recognize me without it? I don't even know where I left it. Might have to put on my my bow wig or something. So anyway, that's what's happening right now. I'm going to show you guys at the end and tomorrow how this shows up and turns out. It's going to be beautiful. I promise you it will. But I'm going to put this mask back on because I've been breathing in this crap for 5 minutes and 36 seconds at least. So I'm going to cover up. You guys do that too. And we'll come right back at it. Well, we got the stripe put on. We're happy to report it come out great. Look at there. And remember how I told you that silver would lay down? It was the way it was laying. Yep, I was right. And I knew I was going to be right because that's the exact same thing it did to me before. Silver is an odd color. Again, if anybody knows like what the dealio is, if it's all metallics that do that, let everybody know down here at the bottom, because that's odd to me. Again, I'm an inexperienced painter to say the least, but that's still, I don't know. It's just neat and odd at the same time, you know. But I mean, it all come out really good. So we're happy to sand this down here in a little bit. By a little bit, I mean like a week. We're going to let it fully cure since we are, you know, kind of stuck anyway where we're at. Due to the weather and the lack of heat, we're going to go ahead and just tidy up the little spots that we re-primered, and we're going to have to re-primer a spot right up here. Yep, follow me, camera guy. Right there, yep. Because I kind of burned through it whenever I was sanding. It happens. Oh, shoot. Remember how I told you that you might want to... Did I tell you this? Okay. You're not going to rush the paint side of it. Do you guys remember what time it was whenever we started? Or maybe whenever I threw on the first coat? Yep, we're sniffing at midnight. 11:55. And that's the final coat that I'm sticking on there. I still do have some leftover silver, and we're going to keep the leftover silver simply because too much paint is not a good thing. You don't need to. So I'm going to keep just like a little bit of it. Probably, where in the world did I put that can? There it is. I'm going to guess it's like out of a quart. I'm betting that much was left. I mean, why use it if you don't really need it? It's not really called for. Too much paint is a bad thing. Just remember that. Whenever you feel you have enough coats, you're probably right. I believe I put 4 coats of this on, and it's on pretty good. I mean, it's not on super thick to where it should do any kind of craziness like the last. It's a nice even coat. I let it all cure the way it was supposed to have. So we should be good. We should be real good. I'm actually really happy the way this turned out. This actually turned out way better than the first time. So lesson learned on the silver. And the the tape that I used last time, it was the name brand. This is not. This stuff here is the Amazonian Special that was a return, and I bought it at a auction. So it's really hard to tell how old it is. This stuff's called, yeah, I don't even want to advertise for it, for real. Because I want to make sure it's good before I do. But the last stuff that was made by, you know, like that company, 3M's, it bled through. And I know I'm not the best masker in the world, but I'm pretty darn good. And it shouldn't have done that at all. I don't know. I guess sometimes it could happen, but it really bled through hardcore. And I don't know why. So tomorrow we're going to unveil this. We're going to leave the tape on it for tonight. Okay. Tomorrow, my friends, we're going to take the tape off and we're going to see how good the paint and the tape like didn't do what it was doing in the last time. I would peel it now, but you know what? I've done really good with the old Impatience tonight. So we're going to go ahead and just end right there, and let's just come back tomorrow. By then, the paint would be good. We're leaving the heat on all night. We're leaving it at, let me see. I know it should be around 70 in here. 72 by the shower. So roughly 70 degrees in the shop for the night. And that'll let that paint cure the way it's supposed to. And I feel good about it. So we'll come back, see how that worked. And in a way, we're going to compare tapes too. All right? So meet me back here tomorrow. We'll just make this whole one episode. I won't forget my hat, okay? All right. All right, guys and gals, we're coming to you live at the Right Turn Garage Studio, aka Garage. And we're happy to report, boom, we got the silver down. And this time, we didn't have a big blue boo or boo boo or whatever. Looky there, nothing. Now you remember the pools that was right there and everywhere, right? Gone. I mean, this sucker turned out just great. For you guys wondering if the Amazon body tape is any good, well, that line is pretty darn crisp. I'm just saying, it worked really, really, really great. Now we did have a little bit of crazing happen underneath where the vents are going to go. This happened about the third or fourth coat. And what this is where the paint underneath, I believe it shrunk quicker than, I don't know. Maybe it was my applying methods, I'm really not sure. But that right there, it didn't happen until like the third or fourth coat. So, and it's underneath the vents. I am absolute louvers, whatever you want to call them. I'm absolutely positively not even worried about that at all. We're still going to sand to see if we can get it out, just because. It's just cause. That's it. And we still have to sand the hood itself for whenever we do the clear coat. We're going to do the clear coat and the black paint clear coat all together. Now we will have to mask this off, and we're going to have to be what I like to call flawless. Yes, we are going to have to be perfect when masking this off. We don't want any bleed through whatsoever. So old dad is going to be on his A game, and we're absolutely going to pay attention to exactly where that line is. If we have just a little bit of silver sticking, you know what I mean? We're just going to call that good. Because I'd much rather have a nice crisp line than, you know, like a bleed through, what have you. So I'm going to call that one, yeah. We're going to get right on that line as much as we can. We're aiming big. No, we're aiming small. Going to miss small. Now, I do have a question for you guys, though. And I'm up in the wind about it. I think I know which way I'm going. I want to paint this sucker, but you guys can't tell because I wear this. Okay, I'm not in my usual attire because I'm just down here wrapping this part up. It's been a long week, so we're just going to take kind of tonight off. I just really come down here, One, to peel the tape off of this, for two, to wrap up this video and show you guys, and to ask a question to you guys. And I do take all of your answers in. Trust me, Lugnut, all you guys, I appreciate it. Any of you guys that know anything more than me on body paint, which doesn't take much, Delmer, you're the man, buddy. I appreciate you. Go see him over at Herd Main's garage, and he's got some great detail. He's helped me out a lot. He's been my lifeline, you know. So anyway, with the silver paint, it's a doozy to paint. It's a tough one, I'm not gonna lie, because this has metallic in it, and my goodness, it just, there's a reason why I didn't take this tape off after the first day. One, it's colder. Now, I did crank up the heat in here a little bit more. I think I kept it around 60, 65 in here, according to the shower temperature thing on the wall. According to that, it stayed around 65. According to that. But, you know, it's colder over here and warmer over here. I'm just saying. But the reason why you don't want to peel this tape instantly, not instantly, let it set, okay? Let it set. Let it set for a couple days. Let it set for 3 days. That's what I did. This thing is set for 3 days. I would not touch it because I instantly want to pull this up, but you're going to ruin your nice, crisp line. How? Because that tape is still on fresh paint. It's right against fresh paint. Let it cure. Let it cure. I know it's driving you crazy. You want to see how the tape did. You want to see how you masked. You want to see it. I get it. If you want it to be even more gooder, leave it alone. It's going to be fine. All right? And if it ain't fine, like, I don't know, right here, you see that little spot? That's not a big deal. That's actually good. We're going to take black and we're just going to go right around through. And that there never happened, friend. No. We're going to sand it smooth. We're just going to, that's where we're going to start, right there. So any paint that you got over where you don't want, you're going to gently, whenever it comes time, you're going to go right against it with some 600 grit, maybe 1,000. I'm going to say, yeah, maybe 1,000, because you don't want to burn through this paint. This paint is essentially right on the line. I mean, you can see where I've burned through previously resanding this hood. And that's on the primer. Okay? And I was using 600 on it. So we might want to go to 1,000 and just not test the waters in it at all. See how it's like right here-ish? And it's, yeah, it's not there. So, oh, hello, you're looking at the ceiling. So we're going to take 1,000, I bet, maybe 800 to start with, and crisp up that line a little bit. Just knock the, you know, give us something to stick to. Give that black paint something to stick to, because that's honestly what we want. And we're going to try to get as least amount of bloop bloop. We don't really want to fill it if we don't have to. But me, being this is my first two-tone paint job, and yes, this is a two-tone for me. The hood's going to be 2 colors, you know. So I am not going to push the envelope. If I get nervous, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to lie. Another thing that I need to ask you guys, and this is what I've been trying to ask, but I keep on remembering different stuff. I have a torpedo heater in here that I could elevate, like up on a stool or what have you. And I have the big max heater up there. And I can crank these suckers up to where this car should stay warm, essentially. Where this garage could stay a lot warmer than 60 or 70 degrees, in theory. I mean, I want the body panels to be warm, because I am 185% sure this happened whenever I cranked down the heat a little bit. I got a little nervous. painting in here and not really having that great of ventilation, because this is not a painter's garage. This is a mechanic garage. I just happen to like to try to paint and do just about anything. So I am 100% confident that right there happened whenever I cranked down the heat on the Big Macs. I'm 100% sure, because it seems to cool down like right, you know, right in this vicinity, you know? So with that being said, do you guys think that I should heat up this garage as hot as I can get it, keep it warm, and go ahead and paint? Will that be enough for these body panels to be warm? What should I do? Or should I just hold my horses and wait for a nice warm day like we did on the hood? That's what I need to know. So if you guys can give me a shout on that, let me know what you think. We're going to keep on pushing on as far as other things on this car, because I really don't want to take it down from where it's at. I kind of like it right here, up in my teeth, and just right there looking at me saying, get me done. So with that, we are probably going to go ahead, move on, and do the exhaust. The exhaust, however, we're going to have to wait to hear because of, you know, we got, you know, it's bundled up for winter. It's cold. So I'm just saying, tell me what you guys think. I'm leaning more toward the whole waiting until it warms up to at least 70 degrees on the outside, you know, 65 at least, you know, I'll work with you. That way, so I'm not worried so much about that kind of stuff happening on the outside of this car, because I would squall just because of the paint and all the time and money we have in the body work. I mean, just so much time and money in this body work, it's not funny. A bunch of time. You guys know, you've been watching these sanding shows and little tidbits on body work, and woo-wee is all I can say. So that's going to wrap it up for tonight, guys. I had to show you the stripe. I actually wanted to see the stripe. And we're going to hit the like button on it. I think that thing looks amazing. If you're spraying silver paint, you know, maybe you want to stay further up here. And you're going to want to do at least a real light coat on the first. I mean, you want a dusting. You want a real quick dusting. The second one, you can do a medium coat. Keep your distance, because that metal, the way it falls and the metallic in it, I'm telling you, it's a heavy paint. You will get a run quicker than, I don't even know. You'll just get a run. Whatever's fast around you, okay? You'll get a fast runner than pantyhose. Quicker than a run in your panty. Is that a thing? I used to always hear Mom say that. Anyway, so on your metallics, I'm guessing it's all metallics. Maybe somebody can let me know on that too. That they are a heavier paint, they're easier to run, and I know silver is hard to match. I don't know about the rest. Like I say, guys, let me know. But the main thing I would like to know is, what would you guys do? Would you keep pressing on, heat the body panels, or would you say, no, wait till you get a nice, decent day? It's Ohio. Just roll them dice. It's going to come eventually. And go ahead and install the exhaust. And yeah, that's maybe we could even get the other stuff cleaned up, which I won't do on camera because it's, you know, boring. But another reason why I want to get this done, I have to show you guys. Yep, you see those? Yep. Lug nut, everybody else, you're right. Why don't you just get a lift? We got one. We got it from a real good fella, and we had fun with it. I'm just going to say that. I won't reveal anything until, you know, the show. But for those particular lifts, you're going to need a leaf spring. You'll see what that means in the video. So anyway, guys, I just want to say thanks for watching. Hopefully this is helping. Make sure you give me some feedback on this. I would appreciate it. And if you don't mind, just a real quick, you know, hit the old like button, subscribe, and tell your friends. I would appreciate it. And it's only going to get better. Hopefully the next time you see this thing, I ain't going to lie. The next time you see it, we're going to be doing exhaust, I think. Because we have all the parts over there. And we're going to have to wait to hear it because of the whole mummy conversion kit. You know, but it'll be worth it to hear. The muffler suits the car, and that's all I got to say. You'll see it, okay? We'll see you guys next time here on Right Turn Garage TV. Y'all have a great weekend.